live, right?
Yeah.
First off, I want to say all praises to
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ruach Kodash.
I want to say double honors to our apostles and elders of GMS.
Shalom.
Yup, shalom to the elect doing work in sincerity and the truth. Shalom. We're back at it again. You know, the spirit of prophecy is among us. You know, we see that according to prophecy, according to the things we see on news, because that's what a watcher is supposed to do, right? We are so what we're supposed to do is watch and prepare for the Lord's return. That's how you know who a true prophet of the Lord is, right? The elect in the last days, they're going to be watching for things to take place to give them a sign to know when the Lord is going to return. You know, the Lord who we worship, by the way. You see?
That's right.
I got some. Well, I got precepts.
You got to emphasize that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because you know
Matter of
what?
fact, let me go to this one.
And the elect will emphasize the worship of the Lord, man.
Yep.
See, that's why it says in Second Esdras, when he crowned all of the elect, you best believe that they all worshiped and gave him reverence, man. You see, that's why I said for them that stood so stiffly for the word of the Lord. Part of the word of the Lord, which is the whole Bible, mind you, right? Because the scriptures say, "I come in a volume of the book."
Is written of me.
In John, the first chapter, it speaks about how the word was made flesh, right? So it said, so he said he crowned the ones that stood so stiffly for the word of the Most High, man. Which part of that word is is emphasizing to put Yahweh Shai in his rightful place, because without Yahweh Shai, it's nothing. There's nothing. You know, we are nothing without Yahweh Shai.
Well, let me back you up with that. I had one for you, but let me prove that there's nothing like Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
Okay. This is Colossians. Salah.
You see, so that's what it's all about.
I got something while you get that.
Go ahead.
Okay, come.
This is Revelation 19, verse 7. It says, "Let us be glad and rejoice, and give honor to him."
Come on, man. Hold on. Look at that. Come on. It says, "Let us be glad and rejoice," right? And give honor unto him. Giving honor is showing reverence. Giving honor is a form of worship, man.
And respect, huh?
Right? And respect, right? Go ahead.
For the marriage of the Lamb is come.
Right, for the marriage of the Lamb is come, right? That marriage of the Lamb is Yahweh Shai delivering the elect nation of Israel, right? Out of you so-called, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So that's a big event, man, right? The marriage of the Lamb, right? Because through Yahweh Shai, he's going to do what? He's going to adopt us back onto the Father.
Yeah, the ultimate joining. Like,
right.
It's the joining together. Like, because when you get married, you merge together.
Right. That's what. Well, the word defined, marriage is defined by two joining together. What is Yahweh Shai joining together? He's joining the nation of Israel back onto the Father again. So obviously, Yahweh Shai plays a very vital, important role in that whole process, right? Go ahead.
It says, "And his wife have made herself ready."
Right, his wife have made herself ready. That wife represents the nation of Israel. Okay? To go in a deeper sense, that's the elect of the nation of Israel. Because all of Israel is not preparing for the return of the Lord. Right? All of Israel is not worshiping and giving reverence and honor and glory onto Yahweh Shai. Right? So that's not, so 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they got to be destroyed. That's why I don't get too, bent out of shape. Or look, prophecy states that you're going to have the 2/3.
That's right.
Prophecy, in order to gather up the 2/3, these other wicked camps, they play a vital role in separating the righteous from the unrighteous.
So they're doing their work too.
Right. Hey, no.
2/3 got unelect.
They're doing the work of they're doing the work of the Lord, right?
Huh.
Because the Lord, he doesn't want all Israel to make it, man. He wants a separation. He wants the elect and he wants the 2/3. Okay? And, through wicked camps, hey, it's all of the Lord, man.
It's happening. Yeah.
Right? It's happening, right? Go ahead.
"And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white."
Right. It said arrayed in fine linen, clean and right, meaning what? That's us being made perfect through Yahweh Shai.
Huh.
Okay? Right, go ahead.
"For the fine linen is the righteousness of the saints."
Oh, you See that? For the fine linen is what? The righteousness of the saints. Okay? Go ahead.
And he saith unto me, right, blessed are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb.
Mm-hmm.
And he saith unto me, these are the true sayings of Yahweh. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see that I do it not. I am thy fellow servant and thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai, worship the Most High. For the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy.
Right. For the testimony of Yahweh Shai is what? The spirit of prophecy.
Here's a quick point.
Go ahead.
When he fell down to worship the angel, angels said no. But when everybody fell down to worship Yahweh Shai didn't say nothing. He didn't say, look, nah, don't do that, don't do that,
No,
because
that's right.
he earned the right to be worshipped, because that's how the Most High set it up.
That's right.
Right. What in Revelation the 5th chapter it says who
Yeah.
was found
Where
worthy
did they pick
to
it up?
open up the
Seals,
seals.
that's
Seals
right.
are on. Only one was found worthy.
Only one was found worthy, and that was Yahweh Shai. Right.
That's right.
So, that's right. What we got? You had a precept, right?
You
That was
done?
it.
You
It's
done?
one?
I'll read a little bit more. It
Yeah.
says, and I saw heaven opened, and a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True.
And that the man in the white horse, that's speaking about Yahweh Shai. If you go into what is it? Is that Revelation 6?
Sixth chapter.
Right? When it goes into the four horses, the four horsemen, it says it goes into it again how there was one that sat upon a white horse, right? That represents Yahweh Shai. The horse that represents power, right? And that white that represents what? Righteousness, man.
And purity.
Pure
Pure,
power.
Pure power. Pure power and
there you go.
purity.
There you go. Pure power. Pure power and righteousness, right?
There you go.
You can read that part again?
It says, and I saw heaven opened,
Mm-hmm.
and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war.
Mm-hmm. So in righteousness he does judge and make war, right? Because when the Lord returns, he's gonna be doing one of his main jobs is gonna be doing is executing judgment, man, right? Because he's gonna come back as that lion, man, right?
That's right, conquering.
To conquering and to conquer, right? So his job is not only to deliver the elect nation of Israel, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. His other job is to execute judgment, man. Uproot the power uproot the power structure that's here today, which is the power structure of the Edomites.
I got a quick precept,
Okay.
Baba Shah. Just
Go ahead.
one line, Baba Shah.
Go ahead.
Because you said conquer.
Yes, sir.
You know, that's how the Lord's gonna come back as line to conquer. You know, so I got this into uproot. You said uproot the power of
Right,
the present
right.
ones today, which
Yeah.
are the Edomites, elites. This is Daniel chapter 4, verse 18. It reads, sorry. I think it's Daniel 7:18. So Daniel 7:18. It says, but the saints, which is the nation of Israel, you so-called blacks unto the Native Americans, it says, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. So I'll just bring that up because why? Just to back up what the brother's saying through the Spirit. Other brother here said what? That the Lord's going to come back to conquer. Other brother here said what? That the Lord's going to uproot the ones that are in power right now. So that means basically that, you know, the kingdom, if you go back, I'm not going to go rant on about it, but if you go back, if you go break down the word kingdom to its purest form, it all goes back to the word province, right? Because in order if you have a kingdom, you have to establish kingdom on land, and a province is something that you establish when you establish like a state on land, you know. And a province is not a province without conquering, and the word province goes back to conquer, which means to well, if you conquer, you're fighting for it, you know. So the point is that what in the last days, you people want to have a conversation to get your power. You people want to have past petitions to get your power. But according to the Bible, the Lord said it again in Daniel 7:18. I read it again. It says, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. So the kingdom begins with kings. They didn't say queens, they said kings.
That's right.
Kings are men. And men, the men of the Lord, were the elect men are kings. We are the princes of power, which makes us kings. Heir to the kingdom, which the kingdom of heaven is already here through the men of the Lord. And again, the men of the Lord the Most High is going to use the men of the Lord, start with Yahweh Shai, to take this kingdom by what? By fighting for it. Okay, we're going to conquer it by fighting for it, man. Okay? Just wanted to bring that out real quick. Sorry.
Yep. Alright, I got Revelation 1 to 7.
There you go.
Revelation 1 to 7. Cause you mentioned the white horse.
Mm-hmm.
It's Revelation 1 to 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so. But yeah, behold, the Lord, that's how he's coming back in Yahushua. He's coming back with clouds, chariots, which the world call UFOs, alright, with the angels. To do what? To deliver 1/3 and destroy 2/3, along with the so-called white man, America, destroying America, Israel, other parts of the earth, but mainly destroying Babylon, alright?
Yeah.
And every eye shall see him. Alright, every eye shall see him, even the Roman soldiers that pierced the Lord when he was on the cross. Because they're gonna be here in reincarnation. Alright? They didn't live 2,000 years. They lived multiple lives, but they're gonna be here and here now to wait their judgment when the Lord returns. Okay?
Yes, 1 Corinthians 15 and 24. Then cometh the end, when we shall have delivered up the kingdom to Yahweh, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power. So when Yahweh Shai comes back, he's going to put down all rule, all authority, and all power. Why? Because this is his kingdom. Okay? You have to always remember that. This is Yahweh Shai's kingdom. That Yahweh, his father, is giving him. Okay? But the only thing is that the Israelite men are joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. Okay? But this is his kingdom. He's the king of kings. So, like the scriptures say, so if you have a king, what do people do? They bow down to the king. But not only is he a king, he's a king of kings. So of course you're going to bow down to Yahweh Shai. Because he's the king of kings. Of course you're going to praise him. Of course you're going to worship him. Because he's the king over other kings. He's the king of kings, man. Okay? Number one. Right under Yahweh, right under Yahweh. It says, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and all power. So everybody's going to bow down to Yahweh Shai. Because he's going to put all that down, man. Any authority, any rulership, any kings, he's bringing all that down, man. He's taking power away from all these heathen nations, man. And everybody's going to bow down to him, man, and worship him. Well, the Israelites are going to worship him, okay?
Everybody.
But all the heathen nations are going to bow down to him.
They're going to worship him too.
Israel's going to worship Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, not the heathen nations.
So they're not gonna, but it says that they're gonna come up every year for the Feast of Tabernacles, they're gonna have to follow our days.
Yeah, but we going to worship Yahweh Shai, not the heathen nations. You know what I'm saying? You know, they're all going to bow down to him, but we're going to be the ones worshiping Yahweh Shai. Okay? Yeah, that's what the Apostle Sahar said.
I believe worship goes into serving. The
Right,
word
right.
Serve, to serve him.
Yeah, yeah.
So I guess the ones who are his servants, true servants, are the nation of Israel.
Right, right. Exactly, exactly.
No other nation can serve.
Right. Exactly, exactly.
I got precept for you.
Yeah, you can bring it out.
This is Colossians chapter 1, verse 12. It goes on to like 19, just going into we can't get to the Most High unless through Yahweh Shai.
Right,
And
right.
he's the King of all kings. He's everything. Right? So Colossians chapter 1, verse 14, it says, verse 12, it says, giving thanks unto the Father, Abba Yahweh, which hath made us meet to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints in light, who hath delivered us from the power of darkness and has translated us into the kingdom of his dear Son, in whom we have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins, who is the image of the invisible power, the firstborn of every creature. For by him were all things created, that are in heaven and that are in the earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him. And he is before all things. And by him all things consist. And he is the head of the body, the church, which the church, our priest of that, is really the man, the man of the earth, because the church represents, you know, when you hear church, you think of a body or a temple,
Right.
but the body, that
Because it does say that, because your house shot is the head.
Head of the church.
You know what I'm saying?
he's the head of the church.
So
which
we
is-
make up all parts of the body. That's why it says somebody that says, "Well, I'm insignificant. I'm the pinky." So it says, but without all the members, the church is incomplete.
Right.
That's right.
I think this shit ain't working. I think I'm about to go downstairs. Y'all can speak. I'm about to go downstairs and get the charger.
Still on
Yeah, let me select. So it says, for by him, it says, and he is before all things, and by him all things consist, and he is the head of the body, the church, which is the man, you know, because another, not a nickname, another thing that the Lord calls us, he says in Revelation 20:23, the tabernacle, which is a building, a building, tabernacle,
Right.
the tabernacle of my people is men. I'm not saying it verbatim. You know, that the Lord works with the
Revelation
tabernacle.
21. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
say
go grab the charger. Revelation 21.
Mess that up.
Go
Revelation
downstairs
21.
and get the
3.
charger. Let
Come.
me see the key.
You know?
Right. Right.
And I got there's another precept to that too, going to that Ephesians the 5th chapter, 5 and 25, where it goes into the actual order. If you look at Ephesians 5 and 25 around that chapter, and you can compare that, the chapter is a split image of Corinthians the 11th chapter. Because when you read Corinthians 11th chapter, it goes into Revelation 21 and 23 and 1, I believe. 23 slot. When you go, man, let me just get it. Let me just prove it. All right, so I'm gonna read that again. I'm gonna get the precept Salak. It says, and he is the head of the body, the church. Okay, so let's prove he's the head of the body of the nation, those are the body of his men.
Oh, okay.
The church.
That's right, that's right.
You got it? You can read that real quick.
Yeah, this is Revelation 21 and 3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men.
Yeah, so see the Lord, the tabernacle or the house, a tabernacle is a building or a house, right? The tabernacle or the house of the Most High is with men. So what building or what tabernacle or a church is also synonymous to a tabernacle or a building? So a church is considered a building or a body, right? And a body comes from the Greek word which means what? Abode, which means a house or a tabernacle. So your body is literally a tabernacle, according to the etymology of the word body. So the body, it represents the church or a building of the Lord. That church he's working with is men, the body of men, the bodies of men. You know, the actual body of a man, not the body of a woman, the body of a man, the tabernacle of a man. That's what the Lord's putting His Spirit on and bringing out this truth. Okay, and I got a priest, and he's the head of the body. Because that's the order, the Most High, the Lord, and the man. So let me get the order. Salah. You go, okay, go ahead.
It says, Behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them. And they shall be his people, and the Most High shall be with them and be their power. Right? That's why it says that if two or three are gathered in my name, there I am in the midst. Even the word church means to call out.
There you go.
Which is what? It's through his men. It's not a building, basically.
Yeah.
The church isn't like a big building.
How's the church gonna call it?
Right. It's not a big building with a whole bunch of crosses and all this bullshit on it. You know, it's a man going out there on the highways and byways professing Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
Come, and I got a precept that's perfect with that. It's Ephesians chapter 5 verse 22, and it says, "Wives." You see, so pay attention, right? Wives. Remember, church represents the man, the body. You know, we're bringing it out. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands, as unto the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Yahweh Shai is the head of the church, and he's the savior of the body. So why? So is the Lord Yahweh Shai, is it saying that he's an actual head of a building or the church down on 52nd Street? Is that what that's talking about? No, it's not talking about that. That word church, like we're bringing out, goes back to the word body, and it goes back to the tabernacle or the body of a man, an Israelite man. That's why I said, wives, submit yourself to your husbands. It's talking about the order, the same order in Corinthians 11th chapter. So again, it says, wives, submit yourselves to your own husbands as unto the Lord. Okay? So you have to submit yourself to your husband, which is your Lord, and also the Lord himself, Yahweh Shemashah. Women, it says, for the husband is the head of the wife. Simple. And it says, even as the Yahweh Shai is the head of the church. You see? So it just basically broke down the order. Okay? The husband is the head of the wife, and the Lord is the head of the church, which is the man. And it says, and he is the savior of the body. Okay? So he's the savior of the church or the body of a man. You know? An Israelite man. Yeah, a little more. So like it says, therefore as the church is subject unto Yahweh Shai, you see?
Mm-hmm.
So is it still talking about a building now? Is it building on 52nd Street, right? The church, Baptist church, whatever, is that subject onto the Lord? I mean, you could have tabernacles and temples and all that, whatever have you, but the Most High, the scriptures say he don't dwell in temples made with hands. Okay, so the real church you're building, you know, even, I remember asking my dad, I remember the exact moment, I was in a van, we were in Brooklyn, and I was must have been like 5 or 4, man, and I remember the exact image, I looked at him, I said, hey, Dad, how come you don't go to church? He said, well, you know, I don't believe in going to church, I believe the church is in you, you know? He said, I believe the church is in you, and it's in you, really, he said.
Right.
I remember that, I have the vision in my head right now. See, this is what we're talking about. So the Lord works with men, man. And because why? The man is the church. The man is the body, that the temple that the Lord is working with. That's why in Corinthians, the 3rd chapter, it says,
I like that.
okay, you go ahead.
That's the spirit. That 1 Corinthians 3:16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of Yahweh,
Ready?
and the spirit, and that the spirit of Yahweh dwelleth in you.
Yeah, you got
Right,
extension
Yeah,
cord?
yeah, yeah.
Extension
Yeah,
cord?
Want me to go?
yeah, go ahead. Yeah, let me read it again.
Okay.
Know ye not that ye are the temple of Yahweh?
See? Yeah, know ye not. See? The Lord's telling you right there. That's the perfect scripture for that. It says, know ye not. It's telling you. Basically saying, don't you know? Salah.
Yep, it says, know ye not that ye are the temple of Yahweh,
Yeah.
and the spirit, and that the spirit of Yahweh dwelleth in you.
Yeah. So the Lord's saying like that, in other words, don't you know that the temple, Salah, I'm sorry, Elder, I'm sorry.
Come, no problem. It says, know ye not that ye are the temple of
Yeah,
Yahweh?
know ye not that your body, you are the temple of the Lord? You know? All right. So it just said that. The Lord just said literally that our bodies, who we are,
We good.
we are temples. Okay.
And that the spirit of Yahweh dwelleth in you.
And very simple, that the spirit of Yahweh Shemashai dwelleth in us. Okay. That's why the Lord said in what 1 John, I believe, the 4th chapter, it says, "Greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world."
Right.
Okay. So look, man, the body, the church, the building, the tabernacle, that's a man. Okay, that's a man. Okay, so what are these churches here for? What are that? The Most High said He don't dwell in churches made with hands. Okay, and so we're telling you that the Lord is dealing with that again. The church and the tabernacle is a man. Okay, it goes into the order. That was it.
Yeah, that was it on that.
Okay, just I'm gonna finish this up real quick. Slide. It says therefore. It says therefore.
You good.
It says, for as the husband is the head of the wife, even as the Yahushai is the head of the church, and he's the savior of the body, therefore as the church is subject unto Yahushai, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything. Okay? So you gotta like kind of pick up what's going on here in the scriptures. Why does it keep saying the church, and it keeps bringing up wives being subject to their husbands? Why? Because the church represents the man. It just said it here. Therefore as the church is subject unto Yahushai, right? A building can be subject unto the Lord. right? But a church is the man that's under the rule of the Lord, because that's the order. We have a head, that's Yahweh Shai. It says, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything. It says, husbands love. Okay, so that was it for that. That was the point I got on that.
Yeah, right. Because who's the Most High's wife? The men. You know. You know. So, listen, man. We all gonna worship Yahweh Shai. You know, the whole nation of Israel is gonna literally worship Yahweh Shai, man. You know what I'm saying? You know. So this whole thing about, and all the other nations gonna bow down to Yahweh Shai too, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, all is as far as people say, oh yeah, we're not gonna worship Yahweh Shai. Come on, man. First of all, without Yahweh Shai, we'd be done, man.
Be done. Most I wouldn't even acknowledge us.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. The Most High wouldn't even acknowledge Israel no more, man.
What says Romans 8, he gave us the adoption of the son whereby we cry, Abba,
Con-
Father. So once you get somebody else with the adoption, it means you ain't dealing with them, man.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
So through Yahushua shedding of his blood, we was adopted back. Now the Most High says, okay, now, like he says, I should be their God, and they shall be my people. I should be their father, they shall be my sons. There you go.
Yeah.
That was only through Yahushua's
That happened.
ultimate sacrifice. See, you see how grimy people are in this world. Ain't nobody gonna do what Yahushua did.
Yeah.
Because they love the flesh and pleasure too much.
And then this.
Yahushua forsook the you know what I'm saying? He forsook the flesh.
I forget how I said it, but he said, yeah, come and it said the Yahweh Shai died for the ones that didn't love him as well.
Yeah.
You know, so just back to what you're saying, you know, how many niggas in this world would die, you know what I mean, even for their friend.
Yeah.
Let alone the Lord
yeah.
died for people that he didn't even want him. He died for the elect,
Yeah.
but for the majority of Israel did not want the Lord, and he died for the people that didn't even want him.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's heavy.
Because like the scriptures say, for all Israel shall be saved.
Saved.
That's right.
And this let me say it. Everybody on planet Earth gonna worship Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? You know? Alright? So I just, alright?
Brother had mentioned adoption, right? How Yahushua's purpose is for us to, is for him to adopt the nation of Israel back onto the Father, right?
Yeah.
This is Galatians 4:4. It says, but when the fullness of time was come, the Most High sent forth the Son, made of a woman made under the law, to redeem them that were under the law, right? The ones that were redeemed, the ones that were under the law was the nation of Israel. Okay, and it says to redeem them, right? When you redeem something, it means to bring back or to buy back, right? So so through him, he redeemed us back onto the Father, right? It says to redeem them that were under the law, that we might receive the adoption of sons.
There you go.
You see, so so there you go.
Who was
That's-
under the law? Israel.
There you go. Who was under the law? The other nations weren't under the law. The law
Never.
was given through Moses onto who? The nation of Israel. The same people that were delivered out of Egypt, out of bondage under the Egyptians.
I got precept for you just to prove that. I got proof for you.
Right? So it says to redeem them that were under the law. The only ones that were under the law were the nation of Israel, that they might become the adoption of sons, man. All right? When you're adopted, that means you are given a father again. All right? Which our Father is none other than the Most High, through Yahushua.
Well, hey, brothers, since you said the adoption, right? Let me get this right quick, elders. This is Romans, the 9th chapter. Oh, you had that?
No, I know you was going there.
Romans, the 9th chapter, right? It says, let me see. It says, Romans 9:4. It says, who are Israelites to whom pertaineth the adoption?
And you look up adoption in the blue letter, it says the relationship the Most High chose to have with Israel in preference to all nations. So right there in the blue letter Bible tell you that the adoption only pertains to who? The nation of Israel. So the Gentiles that you read about in Revelation 7, the different nations, different tongues, are all Israelites. And there's plenty of accounts. You go into the book of, was it either Nehemiah or Ezra, when it was Nehemiah, when the priest was told to separate from the strange women that they had, because they had women of the different nations that didn't even speak Hebrew. So they was more into the customs of the heathen nations. And what did they do? They separated themselves from the women and the children.
Right.
So you had actual Israelites that was left with heathen women. It goes back generations. Israelite foreigners didn't just start recently.
Oh, they said the sons of the Most High looked at the sons of men and saw that they
Daughters
were
of men.
fair. The daughters of men. So okay.
Yeah, slip of the tongue.
Yeah.
Slipping the tongue without my heart. Yeah.
Yeah.
The sons of the Most High saw the daughters of men and saw that they were fair.
So that they were fair. And then you see that today.
Yeah.
You see Jacob, all different types of women of the other nations. Look at Blake Griffin. That's an example of,
Yeah, yeah.
and it said those became men of renown.
Huh.
Men of what? High name, high stature. That's why you see, you got plenty of Israelites. They do. You look at Vietnam, look at Cambodia,
Yeah.
look at all the wars that's ever been fought. Jake goes over there. What they do? They lead their seed.
Hmm.
They lead their seed over there. So you got plenty of Israelites. Well, you got Israelites that go back to the Assyrian captivity, man. You know what I'm saying? You got Israelites from the Babylonian captivity that they left their seed. Because every Israelite didn't come back. You know what I'm saying? And Jake always migrated. You go in the book of Ruth. Naomi and her sons and her husband, they went because of the famine that was in Israel, and they went into the land of Moab. And then when her sons died and her husband died, guess what? She heard the famine was over and she came back to Israel. So what the point is that she wasn't the only one that migrated because of famine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you got Israelites that go back generations, man. 2,000 or 3,000 years ago, you got Israelite foreigners that was left in these different lands
Yeah.
that got the spirit, which their seed goes back to Israel. It ain't just the spirit, because then you could bring anybody in if you just say you got the spirit of Israel. Their seed literally goes back to Abraham, or to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it says here. It says, Romans 9:3. It says, for I could wish that myself were accursed from Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, because what curses everyone that hangeth from a tree. Yahweh Shai became a curse for the salvation of the nation.
For my brethren, for my kinsmen, according to the flesh.
According to the flesh. So you can't say, the spiritual Israel.
Right.
I feel in the spirit, and I'm no. Your seed, now you can say we can't prove you directly that look, our lineage, our sperm goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, but we know the spirit does. You know what I'm saying? Because Esau will come with his science and they'll tell you that it's all bullshit. Because them so-called Jews, they'll say scientifically those are the people of the Bible. Because they're going to their genes, that's bullshit. That's a damn lie. Because they're the one who control the science that we know today.
And well, there's books even going back to, saying that 90% of the people who call themselves Jews, 90% of their bloodline goes back to Ashkenazi Jews, or Ashkenazi, I believe. From goes back to the
Kagan Bullen, the Khazar
the Khazar Empire.
Khazar Empire,
the
yeah.
Turkish Edomites and the Khazarian Empire, basically. With Kagan Bullen, like the brother was saying, and that's documented as well.
Yeah. James 1:1.
Yeah, scattered abroad.
To the 12 tribes scattered abroad. Read it.
Yeah.
And that's, remember, the other tribes was already on this side.
Yeah,
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To the 12 tribes scattered abroad. There's 12 tribes amongst all nations. People don't know that you had Gad, Reuben, Issachar that was put on ships and brought back to fucking
Spain.
to Spain.
Yeah,
You
slavery.
know what I'm saying? You got
Slavery.
Spanish people that are already Gadites,
Yeah,
Reubenites,
yeah.
Ephraim, Manasseh.
Yeah.
Issachar, Ephraim, Manasseh. You know
I
what I'm
remember
saying?
also saying Gad and Reuben, they were the first slaves.
You know, the first.
That they were the
Yeah.
first slaves. 1492, a little before that they were taken to Spain.
Yeah,
These are
yeah.
the first slaves.
They made movies
Native
about it,
Americans. Yeah, they were taken
Yeah,
to Spain.
yeah. Go on.
Because the bulk of the Negro slaves came, 16?
1620.
1620?
That's when it really went overdrive. But they were always getting people
Right.
from this land.
Well, a lot of them
1400s.
came, they was bringing Gad and Reuben over there, they was bringing Jake from
Back,
Spain over there.
yeah.
I got something.
What do you think?
Deuteronomy 4:27. And the Lord shall scatter you among the nations.
It's a curses, bro. That's why you go, you see people with a little flair, a little funk, a little upbeat spirit, like, yo, because the other nations are fucking dog.
They're dead.
They may talk shit, you niggas is that, but guess what? they look to niggas for what? Inspiration on how to move and motivate.
Yeah.
They may not like you personally, but what your so-called quote unquote culture offers, they admire. Every last one of them, from Edom, Moab, Ham, they all admire.
Like the word trendsetters, you know.
This is true. It's all in the spirit.
What, yeah.
Because the Most High uses Israel to bring things into existence. So it said the Most High is the form of all things. You go back in this kingdom, we're really gonna know the extent of everything that we brought as a nation to existence that don't really come from these other nations.
It's pretty much gonna be everything.
Everything,
You know, it's pretty much gonna be
Yeah.
everything, man.
Jake is
Really?
somewhere Israelite
It's
is behind something
That's right.
that came into existence.
Because the scriptures say we're like unto our power.
That's
It's
right.
like the Most High. He's not like others. He's the form of all things.
Mhm.
So there's only one power with the Most High. And guess what? We are likened on Him. So it means that we are creators as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that you look at the word, you look at the book Black Inventors. You know, a lot of stuff you see in society is made by Jake
Mhm.
way before the technology era, man.
The majority came from Jake in America, not even across the world. You got Jake all over the planet, but the majority came here from America. The majority of the adventures. If you take out, if you was to remove it, life would be
Yeah, yeah.
pretty difficult.
The stoplight, come on.
Yeah.
The stoplight. I believe the first heart plasma chart. I mean, who cares about surgery?
Heart
But
transplant.
stoplights that could function. You know, these
Mhm.
stoplights created by Jake.
Yeah.
I believe the first, well, the internet, I believe, or something like that.
He was Nigerian.
Nigerian.
He created fiber optic, some shit. I
So
can't go
the
to
first
details.
processor or something like that.
But the internet goes back to Jake.
Jake,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
The first windshield wiper, I believe. They made a movie about that, but that I found out in the truth. One of the apostles, it was
Shampoo,
made.
ice cream, everything.
Hell, that, yeah.
Everything. Shoes,
Yep.
the horse hoof, all that.
Oh yeah. Oh, even the whole idea of a lottery,
Yeah.
like what's great today. That came from Jake. Now that's the numbers basically.
Which is lots.
Oh,
Ca-
yeah.
It's casting lots.
Constant content. But that's the biggest thing right now. So you know the $40 million jackpot, lottery, this and that. But that all came from Jake.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
and that helped Jake during the depression and all of that, where Jake was able to function.
They don't want more content because so-called white man is still in the dances.
Yeah,